good right there, yo. Yeah. Them real niggas can't relate. Yeah. Yeah. Them real niggas can't relate, man. Carolina stand up. Yeah. Hey, baby, tell me, have you ever seen a nigga chase his dreams? Leaving everything he loved behind to make the screen. Kiss his mama on the cheek, say don't worry, I'll be back. I gotta get you out this shit, I'ma hurry, I'll speed back. You see, that's the type of shit the boy be thinking when he dreaming. And he don't pay no mind to them niggas that's disagreeing, saying, nigga, is you crazy? The same ones that's talking be the same ones not doing shit. Hey, nigga, is you lazy? Or is you scared to follow dreams? I know you gotta have one. The opportunities be in your face, you gotta grab one, nigga. But while you bullshitting, I be wood gripping, getting.
Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Hey, we about to get straight into the stream, dog. I am a little late today. I was out a little bit, but we still here putting the work in, dropping the gems once again. So we about to get straight into this breakdown. Let me open this stuff up. Let me let some of these notifications go out and shit. And then we're going to get straight into Rob Dillingham. You know what I'm saying? Rob Dillingham been going off, you know? So I post on my story who y'all want me to watch, what high school players, or not high school players, what college players, what college teams. And so today we're going to watch Rob Dillingham for the second time this season. We also going to peep, what's his name? Why I have a brain fart right now? Dalton Knecht. I seen him play UNC earlier in the year, so it's the second time I'm really watching him. And then probably on Wednesday I may watch like Houston. I think a lot of y'all was giving me a lot of recommendations on that, so I might peep Houston as well. So we gonna see though. But let me get these clips pulled up. I'm gonna get my Instagram post up as well, but we're gonna get straight into it. Boom. Let me get that pulled up. We gotta get into this breakdown expeditiously. So let me get this also pulled up as well. And by the way, if you're in the membership, I don't know who's watching right now, but if y'all in the membership, make sure you peep the video I posted yesterday. Make sure you peep the video I posted yesterday. It's a 2-foot bounce workout, and it's one of the workouts I really fuck with. Fuck with some good isolated drills. Really fuck with some good isolated drills. So give me 1 second, and let me find the clip I want to post right quick. All right, boom. Here we go. Let me get this posted on Instagram right quick.
Some niggas take their life for granted, wasting time. Time is money, my nigga. I cannot waste a dime or a minute. Too much business to handle to be sleeping. Too much spinach to eat for niggas beefing.
Boom.
So I'm out here trick or treating. Can my niggas comprehend?
We slime with this. Hold on. We slime with this. Boom.
I guess they hate to love a nigga. Yes, it's that simple. As I ride through the city, feeling lucky to be breathing. I know a couple peers.
There we go. Hold on. Hold on. I ain't gonna lie. We getting this breakdown expeditiously. Boom. Hold on. I'm almost done. Give me about cool 30 seconds. Now let me put full screen on right quick. Boom. 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 Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. There we go. All right. Hey, we locked in. Hold on, we locked in. We locked in. We locked in. Yo, what's good, Fletcher? What's good, Fletcher? What you been up to today? What you been up to today? We locked in, bro. I told you, bro. We locked in right now. We locked in. This is what? 4 minutes into the breakdown. Into the stream. This might be a record. This might be a record of the fastest I've ever gotten into a breakdown in the history of DOR streams. This might be a record. Hold on. I already got this shit 0.67. Let me move this ticker back right quick. You know what I'm saying? But Rob Dillingham breakdown. I'm also gonna peep Dalton Knecht as well. I got a few clips of him, but about maybe 2 minutes is of Dalton. Probably the last 6 are clips of Rob Dillingham. And so he was one of the players as to which I had my eyes on. Was like, okay, is he going to be able to make that transition from high school to college, right? Because in reality, what it's going to be every single year is that you're going to have these top 100 players, these 5 stars, these 4 stars.
What's up, baby?
What it do, baby?
Yeah,
That's a Twitch follow. That's crazy. Why am I getting a Twitch follow, man? That shit say we on YouTube right now. But what I was saying, he's one of the players that's what you're really looking to going into college, because every year you're going to have these top 100, 5 stars, 4 stars. And when it comes down to who's actually going to have a real imprint on the game beyond just playing in high school where you're just leaps and bounds ahead of your competition. It really boils down to your ability to adapt to the game. How well are you going to be able to get acclimated into a new system, a new style of play, right? And that requires thinking. That requires a level of real effort. And you can't just play off talent all damn day, right? You got to know a system. You got to know the offense. You got to know defense. You got to know principles on both sides of the ball at all times. And if you don't, you're not going to play. And so that's where a lot of players just get, you know what I'm saying? We just forget about them. It may be a 5-star, just forget about them. 4-star, forget about them. 3-star, forget about them. Right? Which is why I tell y'all it's always about the long game. If you play the game the right way, your name going to get found. Right? And so when it comes down to that in its entirety, Rob Dillingham has proven that he's one of the players that can play at that next level and can make the adjustments. And the real adjustments, right, where you're really tested to see if you can even get into the league is not really in college, right? Or it's not once you really get to the league. It's if you're able to go from high school to college, because the way college plays is completely different. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like how it's so much different in terms of system, points of attacks and whatnot in comparison to NBA, in comparison to maybe even overseas a little bit. So when it comes down to that, Rob's been able to make the adjustments, and he already has the talent. It's just that his mental is now getting tested in college. So, yo, what's good? What's good? Not a channel. You said Rob Dillingham is shifty. He is indeed a little shifty. We don't see too much of it in college because the system and everything. But once he gets to the league, that's when you're going to see him pull out a whole lot of shit that's like, yo, whoa. You know what I'm saying? It's going to start pulling out some shit that you were seeing in what he was doing in high school. You know what I'm saying? Getting some good, some real clips. Not that it's intentional, but it's just that he has the freedom, he has the space, he has the system to be able to do so. Granted that he does get drafted to the right team, and they do let him rock. So that's going to be interesting. Do you focus on the whole action when specifically watching players? It's a dive between the two. Like it's an understanding of where the player is, understanding what their responsibilities will be at certain times when the ball is at a certain point, and then seeing the action that's going on and how you must guard those actions. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things you got to take into account overall when watching a specific player. So like if you're watching yourself, it's probably going to be even easier because you directly know the principles. You directly know what you got to do, who you're guarding, what you're capable of, right? And so say I'm watching someone like Rob. I'm just kind of seeing, all right, he's in this spot. The action's going on here. All right, what did he do well? How did this play turn out? Is this his fault? Like, it's a bunch of questions that pop up, right? Just depending on the result, depending on what transpires afterwards. And so it's a lot of variables. He coming to the Raptors? You hope so? You better hope so. He probably going to be like mid-early lottery. Probably going to be about mid-early lottery while he playing. Because I got about maybe like the last minute of clips in this. Those are the ones that really show you like, oh, if he gets freedom in the league, right? If he's able to play with no hesitancy, oh, he could be nice. And mind you, this game is a little old, so don't mind that. You know what I'm saying? We still locked in, though. Don't mind that. The game is a little old. But regardless, this is what kind of put him up on those mock drafts. So at some point, you really got to peep it. So you watched it live? Yeah. I don't know how many people did watch it live, or you're probably already seen the highlights of it from the news and shit that happened a while ago. But regardless, we still got to do a breakdown because breakdowns are just timeless. Gems could always get dropped. You know what I'm saying? So we about to get started. Let me get this on right quick. Boom. Turn that down just a tad bit. Get this going on right quick. And now we about to get straight into it. Like I said, Rob Dillingham breakdown. And what I really want to emphasize in a few of these plays is how you, right, y'all as viewers, y'all as hoopers, whoever it might be, right, could be able to translate high school basketball to then college basketball or just going up another level, right? And in Rob's case, there's adjustments that he made and that he was forced to really make if he did want to play at this level. And so I'm going to emphasize that as we go throughout this breakdown. And so, like I also said, though, we're going to have some Dalton Knecht stuff, right? For y'all that like to play off the ball, for y'all that do play off the ball and get in these situations. A couple things y'all can learn from. Being a shooter, because if you ain't know, shooter, he a sniper, right? And I ain't gonna lie, I seen him on a mock draft. I seen somebody compare him to Pat Connaughton. Now,
with all due respect,
if I was about to get drafted in the lottery, if I was about to get drafted as a whole, and I got compared to Pat Connaughton, that shows me I just gotta do better. But like, once again,
with all due respect,
it's not to say that Pat Connaughton is boo-boo, he's dog water, he is dog shit, but
with all due respect,
I don't want to be Pat Connaughton. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be a 26-minute per game player 3-and-D. I'm trying to take my shit to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So to get into the draft and someone says, you remind me of Pat Connaughton, I ain't gonna lie, that just tells me I got some work to do. I got some work to do. Not just that, but two, I got some motherfuckers who might just be hating, bro, because ain't no fucking way. So we about to peep this, though. We about to peep this. Yo, what's good? What's good, man? But first off, we're going to talk about a couple things when it comes down to Dalton. Let me get some water right quick so I can really start cooking up. Get right to the video posted on Discord. Right now, I ain't gonna lie, it's dummy late, which is why I want to get straight into this breakdown. But next stream, what you call it? Next stream, I'll probably be able to peep everything. And let me know if everything is looking good right now. Let me know if everything is looking good. All right, my connection's good. Everything, boom, hold on. All right. Hold on, my stream was saying some shit was off, but I think we straight. The stream, all right, I think we straight. What you doing for the next stream? Send all y'all videos in for next stream. All y'all videos, send it in for next stream. Send it in next stream, because today is 5:30 already. I usually start around 4, but I went out with my brothers. I went out somewhere, got some food, so I got back a little late. So make sure y'all send y'all videos. If you sent a video, I'm gonna see it all. So I'm gonna watch all of them. If you sent a jump shot, you sent a workout, you sent I know someone sent a max, like a 225 max. I didn't get to really watch it because I was just chilling. I was just checking through my phone, but I'm gonna look at it all and let you know what I think. So make sure y'all send anything. And then let me just drop the Discord link right here before we get started. I promise we about to get started. I promise. I swear. We're gonna get started right now. I said 4 minutes in. It's been 8 minutes since then, but it's gonna be about 45 seconds from now. Let me just drop this link, and I'm literally about to hit play. No cap. Boom, 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 bomb, boom, boom. What is he talking? Oh, bro, he got no headphones in, bro. Somebody need to get this man Kai some headphones. Something. Get this man an AirPod or something. Bro need to get an AirPod. What else? He said, sign language to be appreciated once again. Yeah, he tripping. Hold on. He tripping. But let me zoom this camera out just a little bit. Boom. And let's get straight to the gems. Let's get straight to it. Got everything in the chat. All right. I'm gonna let y'all know in Discord as well. But let's get started with this breakdown, right? First, Dalton Knecht. I want y'all to peep this down. Right after this, do you think it's better to be a shooter who knows how to score or a scorer who is an elite shooter? I mean, I kind of understand what you're saying, but it shouldn't make sense, but it does make sense to me. It may not make sense to all y'all who probably just read that comment, but it kind of does make sense to me because not all scorers are elite shooters. And I think when you say elite shooter, you're talking about like a marksman, like a Clay or like a Steph. Like we're talking about those people, right? Those spot up players. Me personally, it just depends. There's really no preference, there's really not either one of the two that's better than the other. But I would prefer to be an elite shooter and then learn how to build my game off of scoring after that. Because that's who I am as a player, even like right now in real life. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of a shooter than I learn how to score based upon my shooting, right? I learned how to add those layers accordingly. So me personally, that's me. If y'all may think differently, but there's really no negatives to it. I would say this though, the elite shooter is more adaptable because their ability to play with and without the ball, but depending on how good they are with the ball. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to that, me personally, I'd rather be an elite shooter. Let me know what y'all think. Can you make more vids on college hoopers? I got to. I am. Sometimes when the NBA is just looking dry a little bit, I'm gonna go to college or high school. I may start watching high school. I may fuck around and start watching high school. As long as I could get the film for those games, the full game film, I ain't gonna sit here and watch a 14-minute highlight video. I can't do that no more. I used to, but that shit was boo-boo. I can't really watch no clips and really get no gems because it's just a highlight video, you know? So if I get the full game film, I'm pretty sure it's on ESPN, ESPN Plus, those networks. So whatever teams it is, it may be a Cooper Flag breakdown again or Prolific Prep, one of those teams that got those ESPN games. So stay on the lookout for that too. Stay on the lookout for that. But damn, man, let's get started. All right, speaking of elite shooters, right? God damn. To be an NBA player, do you need to be elite scorer in high school and college? No, you do not. To be a NBA player, it depends on what you're good at. It depends on your strengths. You know what I'm saying? Every player, every person has their own superpower. And if you're a player, you got to find yours that's within that game. And so what you're on the floor, essentially, y'all don't even realize this. Everybody on the floor is a role player. Everybody has a role to play. It's just that people only think role players are the ones who do the little things, like the little dirty work and average like 6, 7 points, 8 points a game. But everybody has their own role, right? And so it's about your ability to fit into a certain role on the floor. LeBron has his role. D Wade had his role with the Heat. Chris Bosh had his role. Now you look at a team like the Nuggets. Jokic has his role. Murray has his role. Michael Porter Jr. has his role. Gordon has his role. Everybody got a role. It's just about what role could you be able to fit and could you find that opportunity. That's all it really boils down to. And then of course your level of mastery of that role, right? Of that skill set that is within that role. So you don't have to be an elite scorer, which is what y'all get messed up a lot, right? Y'all think I got to be the best scorer, I got to be the best player, I got to get 30 points a game, but in reality, it's just not that way. And it's not that way for the masses. Like the 99%, probably everybody watching this right now, me included, not meant to be that number one scorer if we were on the team. Well, maybe at this point, I might be a motherfucker number one scorer. I don't know, I don't know, it depends. But not everyone's meant to be that elite scorer. Everyone's going to score. You just got to score in your own way. So let's get started, though. I want y'all to understand this when it comes down to scoring as a off-ball player. Little details, the angles, right? And so I want y'all to notice this, right? Notice Knecht when he gets down from this pin down action that's about to occur right here. He has number one that's about to chase him over the top because he's a shooter. So notice the contact that's occurring. First, he gets pushed out right there, right? Since he wasn't the one to initiate contact. I really want y'all to understand this, right? This is the importance of doing your work early. Watch Dalton, right? He gets here, he just runs. He doesn't bump number one. So what this allows number one to do is get physical with him before he gets contact first. And now, boom, he pushes him off that first screen, which is now going to result in him getting pushed off on the second screen. And now notice where he takes this step on this catch. He has to catch outside that three-point line, now put his dribble down, and then get here, and then he has nothing. But notice how he made the adjustment going down this next play and how these details are so vital, right? So, boom, same action. He's starting a little higher, though, and his angle coming off the screen is better. Not the physicality part he fixed, but his angles are just better, and his defender's in a worse spot to chase over the top, right? So, boom, he gets off that first one. He doesn't get pushed off like he did that first time. Gets off the second one, that defender actually gets clipped because the angles. And now notice where he catches. He catches right outside that elbow, and he hasn't even taken a dribble yet, right? And so at this point, what's so important and extremely vital as a shooter is that once you see this amount of help, right, understand, once you pull in help, the communication to get back to where you need to is extremely difficult. So when you give this up, you got to think like Steph. You got to think like Clay. I got to relocate because they're confused in terms of who we got to get because they seen a pass happen and they had help. So in this situation, that's not good enough as a shooter if you really want to be able to produce at a high level. That's a skill that he's got to add if he wants to be able to expand his game beyond just being a Pat Connaughton like NBA DraftNet compared him to. Yo, what's good, Knuckles? What's good, T? What's good? But once again, I got a couple clips right here to start with Dalton because Rob Dillingham comes off the bench. I don't even know if some of y'all knew, but he comes off the bench, right? Which is kind of goofy in my opinion, but it don't matter. He there for a year. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, you're going to let him cook you. He's there for you, right? So it's another thing that y'all get confused as shooters, right? You got to understand this. on this next play, right? As a shooter, when you shoot threes, it may look something like that, right? But what's really going to change is that when you're shooting in different spots, right? So it's about adaptability, right? As a jump shooter, your shot is going to change. Y'all need to accept the fact of that, right? So as a shooter, your jumper is going to change. You may shoot threes kind of like Dalton shot this one, minimal jump, very fluid, no hitches. But now you got to understand, when you get into the mid-range, right? Understand how many variables have changed from a play that was just like the last one. How tight defenders are to your body. That's one variable. Who is guarding you? That's a second variable. Third variable, which is the most important, how close the rim is to you. So now you can distribute force in different ways in comparison to a three-point shot, right? So now once he gets here, he's got 3 defenders within a 3-4 foot vicinity, and now he's getting up into a shot. So what could he now do to adjust his shot according to how these variables have changed? He could jump more, he could hang more, so now he could be able to have a softer touch because he's closer to the rim. Your shot is going to change for a lot of people, especially if you get into the mid-range, where you also have momentum going into that shot as well. That's a 4th variable I forgot to say. But get comfortable with that, understand that, and when you think of how you're going to use the mid-range, don't think about what type of shot you're actually going to get in the mid-range. Am I going to get catch and shoot shots in the mid-range? Am I going to get dribble pull-ups in the mid-range? Am I going to get curls in the mid-range? How am I going to use the mid-range according to my game? If I even need it, right? Even if I need it. Some players just maybe need a float. Other players don't even need a mid-range game at all, right? But what it really boils down to is what works best for you. I'm back from my trip to New York. I visited my family last night, landed back to LA. Oh, yo, what's good? I just realized the names don't be clicking. The names don't be clicking sometimes. And now we about to get to Rob, by the way. Name don't be clicking sometimes. Hopefully all was good. That's great to hear, though. That's great to hear. That's great to hear. And now, it's like I said, though, it's Rob Dillingham time, right? We got an abundance of Rob Dillingham clips right here. So understand this. Made shot by Tennessee, right? Understand. This is Rob Dillingham's first possession in the game, right? And you know the amount of balls and confidence it takes to get this first touch, take your first dribble, and shoot that shot right there. That is not a coach's shot. That's a player's shot. That's only developed by having a surreal amount of confidence that you get by putting the work in, but some of y'all don't put the work in. And so since that goes down, anything the coach says, he can't say it no more because he hit it. He trusted in himself, right? Because as a player, you got to trust in self and not always think of what the coach says to do. It says what type of shot the coach thinks he should take. Because that amount of confidence in time, as you continue to show that and you continue to prove, okay, we can live with some of these misses, even though that some of these shots are unfiltered, he's going to let you rock with them. But it's about your confidence to be able to actually take those shots. How much did Rob finish with? This was the game from about 2 weeks ago against Tennessee. He had 35. 35. KD, like KD jersey, you know what I'm saying? KD Oklahoma. What does a game in high school translate into NBA look like? I'm about to show you the shit right now. I'm about to show you a couple things right now. I can show you high school to college, but high school to NBA, it's a little different because the skill gap, but in terms of the style of play, it's more similar. More freedom, more freelance, right? And so when it comes down to this, I'm going to show you a couple things that you got to adjust going from high school to college. I can show you that much at least. And a couple things as to which it will also carry over to the NBA, but depending on your role, depends how dominant those skills will be. That's all I have to see again. Good to hear, man. Good to hear. No trouble occurred. No crazy shit happened. Great to hear, right? But look, I want y'all to understand this. This is the most important thing. Now you seen Rob Dillingham hit that last pull up from the same side, practically with the same type of dribble. But what's gonna happen this next time down? Boom, he's gonna drive. Don't got nothing, can't cook, he gives it up. This is the biggest adjustment going from high school to college, right? Understand, it's not done. It's not done. He's going to get it back again, and he probably feeling good as hell. First shot, knocked down. Let me go into my second attack. He's going to drive now, and after he makes his first go move and he doesn't get anywhere with it, what is he going to do, right? Instead of trying to cook some more shit up, he gives it up. You got to break that habit going from high school to college, because if you try to carry over that habit in college, what's going to happen is you're going to see yourself right on the bench. You don't got time for that in the type of system that's in college. So now this allows his teammate just to be able to go and try to get his. He may miss that first one, but now persistent on the glass, and now they end up getting that loose ball foul, right? So in going from high school to college, your ability to understand how long should I try to cook is extremely important. If your first goal goes wrong, give it up. Same shit in high school, right? Especially for the players who aren't a Rob Dillingham level or that caliber of skill. You make your first one, it don't work, give it up, right? And just understand and be able to trust the fact that if you put that unselfish energy into the ball, it's going to find its way back around to you. Let's go back on this one though. Peep this. This is also one of the most important things, right? This is one of the most important things, right? So understand, when going from high school to college, especially somebody like Rob Dillingham, one of the most important things and the biggest shifts is that the shots that he takes that are like this in college hold so much more weight, because in high school you get to be able to ISO and you're comfortable with the fact you're going to see another shot. But in college, not so much that. You may not get this shot again. So now your regimen begins to switch. The type of shots you practice on begin to change. And these shots right here are the ones that matter most. So now he's able to take that one, second three of the game, boom, knockdown. And it's like, oh shoot, he's got a really good start. So now next time going down, you get the block right there. You say everybody on their feet, right? And so what you got to do in this situation, Shepard's got to get that up. You got to give that up. I know he may be open right here, but you got to understand, Rob was also open despite the defender that's backpedaling, because since he's going backwards, all it takes is a good high velocity pass to Rob, whether it's going to be a bounce pass or a chest pass, because since he's going back, he's going to have to take another step back, then get forward into that lane. And does he have that much time? I don't know. He could even cut the court at this point in time to get the ball to Rob. But you got to get that rock right back to him. So boom, what ends up happening, he gets that three on that other side. Doesn't knock it down though. But regardless, Rob was still doing his shit going forward, and you gonna peep. And now defensively, I talked about Rob Dillingham. How long ago was it? Maybe about 2-3 months ago. No adjustments have occurred. No adjustments have occurred. I don't know if you need I don't know if you need to tag him or something. I don't know if you need to at John Calipari, but this adjustment needs to happen defensively, right? He needs to improve in this section of his game, because I got a lot of stuff here as well that's going to show defensively why he's a step behind of his competition and why he must get better at it and how he can get better at it, right? This is going to be extremely vital, especially going into the league, because there's possessions where even in college, it's like, yo, are you even putting in any effort, right? So first things first, guard the ball screens, right? Understand, when you guard ball screens, the most important thing, right, if you want to get over, is to now, when that screen gets up, is to also get up into the defender. So now the space that's right here, you're supposed to slide through that and be able to beat them down here on this other side of the screen. But since Rob Dillingham on this play decided to just remain stationary, allow the screener to find his body, he got himself to that split. So now he has to step out, turn, boom, he gets hit. I don't know why he flailed, but most importantly, if you did that, you got to at least get back into the play. Because if he just simply took a few steps in after giving up from that screen, what would have happened? You would have had this rebound. But Dalton came in, hit that out, you didn't get the rebound. You need to get better on those screens and just that effort. Finish out these plays. You think it's worth training and playing like a college player in high school as opposed to developing ISO game in high school? You should learn how to play within a system, essentially, before you try to learn how to be an ISO player. Because you gotta really think about it. The only reason, look, y'all gotta understand this. The only reason we think isolation basketball is so predominant in basketball is because the best players on the team are the ones doing the isolation. It's not like you're seeing every single player top to bottom running ISOs and getting buckets and cooking all game. It's probably the one or the two, and maybe depending on the team, they may have a third player that gets isolations. Outside of that, right, which is the 86%, the 13 out of 15, they don't get ISOs, right? And so now if we're just simply playing to the numbers game, by the odds, right? Just by the odds of what position you're going to be in, what role you're going to be in as a player, why would you try to work on the ISO game when that's just meant for maybe 10% of the team, right? Maybe 8 to 15% of the team, which is 1 to 2 players. We only think it's so predominant because those players have the most touches and they get the most glory. They get the most fame and acknowledgement because of the numbers they put up and how they do it. But in reality, as a player, it's not like everybody's out here ISO cooking all game. You know what I'm saying? That's not what everybody does. So as a player, I could guarantee you that if you work on ISO and forget the system, you're now going to put yourself in a position where a lot of the time you're not going to be able to get in that position to do so. But if you work on the system, you could build the ISO. But if you put your mind in such a space where you try to get the ISO, forget the system, extremely difficult for you to be able to get there. So don't try to even work on the ISO shit so much. Focus on being able to play within your team, right? And then whatever you understand what you're good at, all right, make those adjustments accordingly. But don't think, oh, I got to get great at ISO scoring because that's all the game is. ISO scoring is really just for the best players on the squad. Got to realize that, man. You got to realize that. Yo, what's good? What's good, Tort? You miss me? I don't know about misses the word. That's kind of odd. Like how Pat Bev averaged 40 in high school? Exactly. You got to adjust. At Pat Bev, 40 points a game in high school. Pat Bev pulled up to any gym near you included, don't matter. Could be not even any, like pro gyms. He could probably still score 40, but you're playing a role. You know what I'm saying? You got to just do what the team needs. Onyx, yeah, I know. But I was saying, you miss me? I was like, yo, it's kind of odd. He said, nah. But like I was saying though, like you got to adjust. You know what I'm saying? You may want to be the ISO player because you're like, oh, you get so much money. Oh, damn, they're the one who gets all the fame. They got all the dollars. Man, last time I checked, I done seen some role players make about 10, 15 million. I see some role players make about 10, 15 million. You know what I'm saying? I done seen some 6 men make about 20, 25. You know what I'm saying? So like, is it like, if you even want to try to play that game, which I do not advise to try to play the money game, right? I try to work towards your purpose and don't be motivated by materialistic things, right? But overall, if you're really trying to think like that, it's like, are you really missing out on some shit that you never even touched before? You know? How do you adjust to changing your role from a spotter to a primary ball handler? Well, you of course got to develop the skill of being a primary ball handler, and it's going to take a shit ton of reps of just dribbling as a whole, and that's not even just doing drills all day, but it's more so being freelance. When you look at the root of how a Kyrie got his handle, of how say a Darius Garland got his handle, how any of these shifty players, probably even Rob got his handle, I could guarantee you one thing that's in common between all of them is that when they were kids, they lived with the ball in their hand, right? And so just going through those years of early development, their handle has now become second nature. And so now just being a more developed human being at our age, right, whether you're around my age, like 18, 20, or you're around 14, 15, you now must uptake that same root and implement it into you. So now the handle for you can become second nature, and you can develop a level of freedom when you are dribbling, to where it's not like I'm trying to sit here and do drills all day and be conscious of every single dribble I'm taking. You got to learn how to build the skill of dribbling so that it's subconscious and not conscious, because drills are conscious. You're telling yourself cross tween, tween cross, tween cross, back cross. You know what I'm saying? In and out cross tween. That's conscious. That's conscious dribbling. But if you really want to get a good handle, you need that freedom. You need to have that freelance handle. You need to learn how to dribble and just allow it to just flow, right? And so that's where you got to now just go and dribble. Live with the basketball in your hands. If you're going to go work out, do freestyle dribbling. Not saying you got to sit here and do all these and one moves or some shit. All I did was just dribble around the park for about 2 miles for multiple days of a week. And then as time went on, as weeks added up, it just got normal. My handle just got better because I got used to having a ball in my hand, and I got better at just placing the ball wherever I wanted to place the ball so I could dribble better. You know, you got to now uptake that process. And once you do that, you're going to see improvements being a primary ball handler and just being a ball handler as a whole. And then, of course, there's another aspect of having functional strength, being able to play low. That's a little bit of a different thing, a little different story. But, yeah, Yo, what's good, Jericho? What's good? One more thing. I wouldn't say to change your role. I would say to merge your role. Merge your role. Do not forget it, right? Because if you're a catch and shoot player right now, chances are is that you already have good skill being a catch and shoot player, right? You already have developed some skill in there. Do not forget that skill, right? Do not forget it. Just add a layer of ball handling and figure out how can I merge these two skills and essentially formulate a game for myself that's just uniquely different from everybody else. That's the key when it comes down to adding layers. You don't add a layer and forget about the one layer that was behind it, right? That was underneath it. You have to add the layer, remember all the other ones, and now this layer that you added is actually a layer, right? It's like having the 3 layers of in a cake, right? How you got to bake 3 separate layers, right? But if you bake the first one, and then you bake the second one, you bake the third one, and you decide not to stack it, and you just leave them all separate, the fuck is that? The fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure you add the layers so now you could be able to essentially grow your game as a whole. You know what I'm saying? So if you really just add, even think about it like this, right quick, another metaphor. If you just add the layers and keep them separate, your game only has one layer. You can't be able to use them all together. So make sure that you merge the two. Don't forget it, merge it. But here too, I want you to repeat this with Rob as well, right? Notice, Shepard passes the rock to Rob, right? And so, boom, he gets here. He don't really like what he got. He bringing it back out. And notice the velocity on this pass, right? Notice the velocity. Dalton almost got that steal, right? He almost got that steal. You may think, oh, ain't no problem with that. He just threw a pass. Boom, he almost jumped it. He ain't do it. And he got a foul. He ain't do nothing wrong, but he did. Understand. Rob looking over like, that's my fault. Looking over to the coach, yelling at him, what the fuck is you doing? Because that put the ball at risk, right? That put the ball at risk and put the team at risk. And to throw a weak-ass pass like that, that's just unacceptable to do at that level. Your passes need velocity. Can't be out here throwing weak-ass passes. You put some actual speed behind them. If y'all probably even got on the floor with say LeBron, look at the passes LeBron throws, right? If y'all already even just catch one of those passes, you'll probably just be like, damn, like the fuck? Like, you'll probably understand why some of these big men be losing the rock when a Russell Westbrook throwing the ball or LeBron be throwing the dart or some shit. Russ come in throwing the dart. Like, you'll probably actually realize, oh, that's why the ball, like, they be losing that shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? So as a guard, you got to have some velocity behind that ball because the longer the ball's in the air, the more prone it is to getting stolen. And right here, too. I want you to peep this with Rob, right? Peep this. This one. Y'all got to really understand this. Y'all got to understand this. Look at Rob, right? Understand. Rob is about to make this drive, right? Notice. Look, he drives. He doesn't even try to go to the rim and score. Why the fuck did he drive then? Look, understand. The only reason why Rob drived is so that he could be able to get here, draw the attention of not just one, but 2 help defenders so that he could be able to give the rock to his teammate who now gets the assist because he pulled in 2 from his drive. Unselfish basketball. That's learning how to play and not thinking for yourself, but thinking for a team. And that's this right here too. Peep this. Peep this. Peep this. You got to understand. Look at Rob Dillingham, right? This is what makes Rob such a great of a player. What makes him great. Not the fact that he just lets motherfuckers score on him. It's what he does afterwards. Because despite the fact of that, you got all those coaches on the sideline yelling, what the fuck is you doing? More effort. That's bullshit. What does Rob come down and do, right? This is the one skill most hoopers do not have that Rob has, which makes him a top 10 pick. He gets down, other end, no pass, no nothing, step back, he gets to a shot. He's got fucking short-term memory. No players really, it's a skill of maybe 2% of players, right? 1% of hoopers. And that 1% is probably playing at that level because they have the short-term memory and the confidence and the work ethic that match the confidence. So now once you see him hoop, it's like, oh shit, that motherfucker's dangerous because he just forget what the fuck happened on the other side. He don't let his past plays affect his present plays. And this right here too. This is where you can really cook. This is where you can really cook. Understand. This is one of the best times in general. Hold on, I don't know why this shit. Hold on. All right, boom. I don't know why something that popped up on my screen. This is where the times where y'all can all cook any level if you got a shot clock, most importantly. So understand, screen comes from this right side by Rob. And look at his pace, right? He's going fast. Screen is still occurring. He's throwing the pass. He threw that pass way too fast. And now what happens? Boom. Now they got to get into some other action, right? Because he wasn't able to match his pace with that screener. So what ends up occurring is that Shepard gets into this action. He doesn't get anything. And now you give the ball to Rob. Right back to where it started. And so with about 4.5 seconds, he takes the grenade. He takes the grenade. Rightfully so, though, because he did mess up on that initial action. So what ends up occurring here is that mixing that short-term memory, he sees this as a gold mine and just gets to his bucket. That's a player who could be able to play at the next level, who ain't scared to take a goddamn shot. And if you throw the grenade to him, he's saying, shit, I'll take it. I'll take it. I get to shoot whatever shot I want with the 5 seconds left. Shit, let me cook. Let me cook. And he gonna get straight to that shit every time. Yo, what's good, David? What's good, David? Peep the video I dropped in the membership. Peep the video I dropped. 2-foot bounce workout. 2-foot bounce workout. I'm going to drop a second video to that as well. I'm going to have a second progression I'm going to drop. I already recorded it. It's just I want to show the first one so y'all could do that. And then the second one, boom, y'all could do that next progression. Probably sometime this week I'm going to show you. But make sure you peep that. And read the description. Read the description. Read the description. You got to read the description. And mind you, I forgot to even tell y'all, I'm so close to an East Bay. I'm getting so close. Bro, it's just about touch. It's just about touch. Like, I'm getting up there. I had a fantastic week in terms of vertical jump training, but it's just the touch when you go through and you go up, because you need it, because I'm too aggressive with it because all the force I'm bringing in. But once I'm able to disassociate the aggression from my lower body and that force with my arms, I got it. I got it. And that's when I'm done jump training, because I've been doing this shit a while. But let's get back to this play, though. Let's get back to this play. Boom. Let's talk about one thing. I talked about the same shit with Kentucky so long ago. So long ago, I talked about the same thing, right? You gonna peep, though. So Rob calls for this screen, right? I don't know why you pick up a dribble and call for a ball screen. But understand what happens now. He's panicking because he picked the ball up. Defender decided to pressure. And so since he panicked from picking the ball up, what's now going to happen, right? He's going to get the rock right back. And now when he's getting off this action to try and do something, he can't cook because understand the spacing. He's got 12 Reeves sitting right there, right at the slot towards the top of the key, right? And so when Rob gets left, the amount of options he has is limited because understand what that help defender did to him and the options that was presented had he just simply got the floor spaced, right? So really understand. Since Rob picked that dribble up right here, decide to panic, give it up. Now, since he's about to get off this ball screen, he's going to go so fast that this defender's staying here. He doesn't get the floor spaced. And if you put Reeves, instead of sitting right here, down on this corner and just wait a few more seconds, right? Because you even got to understand, how much time is there left? My bad for going back again, but that's another variable I even forgot to say, right? It's just, I forgot to say it right quick. But understand, forget the first part, I already told you about that. But spacing is the most important part. This is where Kentucky struggles the most when it comes down to spacing. Rob got the catch, 18 seconds on the clock. All you got to do is tell Reeves, go down to that corner. Tell Ford, short corner, flatten out that left side, right? And what that's going to allow him to do is that once he gets left off this screen, he don't got to pick up this dribble right here because the dig. What he can now do is be able to get into a step back, which he did for the past 2 possessions, going to his left if he wanted. He could be able to drive and not pick up so quick if he wanted. He just has more options if you got spacing. And that only comes if you slow down, right? And so what happens now, boom, he picks it up above that free throw line, gets some contact with the big, you can't get that lay. You need spacing if you want to be able to score. Peep this right here too. They be messing up so much with spacing, bro. I don't know what it is, dog, but who's watching they film? Cause it's not me, I can tell you that. It's not me showing them the film and making the adjustments, because I done seen this shit happen for two months ago when I first watched Kentucky, and it still has not changed. It still has not changed, and this has become habit that's going to be the death of them. You got to understand, right? Sometimes it really be your own teammates, because when Rob gets off the screen, it's his teammate that's going to stop him from scoring, because he got so horny to get the ball that once Rob now decides to try and go left and cook, he don't got options because he's got a help defender sitting right there. So he's forced into a step back, right? This player, number one, all you got to do, let this action occur, let this roll happen. Don't leave now. You left early. The roll hasn't occurred, right? And since the roll didn't occur, the defender who's guarding you, no need to pinch, right? And that's when you're supposed to lift, if they pinch, right? And even if they don't, after that roll's gone, you lift, and then he ain't do nothing with the ball. But now what happens, Rob now gets left. He can't really do too much since that defender's sitting right there. Get that miss. Spacing is vital, and timing is also vital. Yo, what's good? Let's go. It was good, Ivanos. Hey, by the way, I can't peep your video today. It is late, but I'm going to peep everything next stream. I'm going to peep everything next stream. Your questions. I think you sent some questions in. But I'm going to peep them next stream. I don't got too much time. Now let's talk about defensively. Once again, understand. Peep. Now, Rob, going from help, closing out to the ball to his man. Now, where should he force the ball? Should you force him to hit Rob's left side? Because if we're thinking of this corner, do they help strong side corners? And judging by this, no, they don't. They're just going to try to dig. So in a situation like this, you got a screen occurring that's towards the middle. You force that ball to the middle and break the principle of no middle, because that's where your help is. If you lead the ball to where you have no help, you're not going to be able to get anything, right? And so what ends up happening, boom, blow by, get right there, lay. Send that shit to the middle, and understand, you even got some time as well over here, but your best chance is to send that to the middle. What do you think of Aiden Holloway? I haven't really watched him play like that. I haven't really watched college too much at all. But I know someone said a video, recommended I do a video of why Aiden Holloway doesn't get to play a lot. And so does he even have the, does he even play that much? Right? Does he even play, like how many minutes per game does he get? Because I haven't even really peeped him like that at all. Like I don't really be in tune. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I don't be in tune with like high school players or players that just enter in college. I need to though. That's one thing I can openly admit. I need to, because it's a part of what I do, and so that's something I've got to do going forward. But let me know though. Like how many minutes does he get? Was he like talented? Was he dumb nice or some shit? But now in college he ain't getting playing time like that. Is that what it is? I was gonna ask about finishing, but it's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna answer on Wednesday. I got you. What you sent in the Discord, I'm gonna respond to that in full context. So I got you though. Look, this play right here by Rob tells a lot. This past game he been struggling with shooting. Okay, he been struggling. So he's been struggling and he get less minutes or some shit like that. But let me go through this play right quick, right? So Rob goes through this first action that he gets. Handoff, gets it right back. Boom, gives it up. Notice what he's going to try to do now. He's going to try to get it right back. Faked it. Now he's going to go into action with another teammate. And now notice what Rob does as an off-ball player. This is one of the things you just have to get acclimated to in college. And Rob has done just that, right? And so now, boom, once Shepard now gets off that first action, Rob Dillingham sitting there on that right wing. But now, once that action is done, he makes this exchange just to simply make the defense do something instead of just sitting in the same spot, guarding the same thing. It makes everything so much easier. And so now what happens, right, what this also shows you about Rob is that with that exchange has now brought his teammate an open shot from that wing instead of himself. Just off that exchange, which now also forced that help to now step over a little bit more. Right, once that ball did get down to that post. So he ain't get that shot. He left that for his teammate. That's an unselfish play. At the start of the season, he was booming. Damn, so he was going off, and now he's in a slump. And then with the slump, he ain't getting that many minutes, or getting less minutes now per se. Because a good coach will let him rock. You gotta let players get through their slumps. player got a slump, you got to let him get through it. You got to let him get through it. You got to let him get through it. And now with Rob, peep this with Rob. Look, being a point guard, command the floor, seeing opportunities to attack. And now he goes and makes his go move. But understand, remember what I said, going from high school to college, this is one of the most important things you got to adjust to, right? Once you make that move and you don't got the first one, what must you now do? Seek plays, right? So now Rob picks this up. Eyes don't even get to the rim. He's just reading help and seeing where can I get the rock to so now my teammates could be able to score. Because getting the ball inside the arc, pulling help, now I find the open teammate. Boom, kicks that to the top of the key. He gets right and does get right to his right hand, gets that bucket. Understand, look at the eyes too. Change the direction. Only looking at help, using that peripheral. Dish right to the top of the key. Simple. Simple, man. Simple. Don't try to hit motherfucker with 3, 4, 5 moves. Give that shit up. Give it up. Give it up. Have declined a bit. That's tough. Hold on. How much far did I just go back? I'm tripping. All right, but boom. Let's go right here. I just hit my scroll wheel. I forgot my scroll wheel goes back as well. Damn. 11? 11? No. I don't even know. Shit, that's damn. You probably started the season off with a cool 30, but it dropped to 11. Shit, I ain't gonna lie. I might have to do some digging myself. I might have to do some digging. I ain't gonna lie. I might have to do a little bit of digging, see what the fuck is going on the low. And then if I really feel like making a video out of it, I'll make a video. You know what I'm saying? That's tough. I know is that, bro. Damn, 11. He probably went from about 28, 30 to 11. That's a coach who was like, oh, I can't even trust you no more. Fuck that. I know mentally he's fucked up. Like mentally he's like, what the hell do I do? Like I don't know what I did. Like mentally he's just like, oh, like I was just 30, but like 20 a game probably, like college 20 a game, but now 11 minutes, fucking 3-4 points. I don't even know. That seems like some mental shit, but I may dive into it. I may dive into it. And so, Pete, you got to understand how much Rob's game has now had to change because he's playing in college. You saw him get probably 3 to 4 buckets now playing off the spot up. Now you could add this to the total, another catch and shoot opportunity. These are the shots that y'all got to take thousands and thousands of times. Playing off the catch and not them dribble step backs. Because when you play at this level, you're probably not going to be the one to be able to ISO like that, nor does college even ISO a lot entirely. I got a couple clips to even show you that going forward. They need to change it, but it's their system, so you must get acclimated. Rob, boom, taking advantage of it, knock down. And now, boom, here. Dalton and Rob. Dalton did the work, right? He got Rob in a bad position, put a lot of pressure, but this is where Rob could also improve as a defender. So you got Dalton about to come off this double down screen, right? But understand, as Rob's over here guarding the first screener, he's not paying attention, right? The most important thing to do as an off-ball defender is worry about yours before you worry about the ball, because your man is your responsibility. So you got to understand what they're doing. When you see this turn occur, and if you really process this, you understand, oh shoot, Dalton, pin downs, I need to read this action before I worry about the ball, because all the ball is doing also is reading the action, right? So now, at this point in time, he's too late reading this screener. Boom, now they both go down. Slip occurs right here in the middle. Guess what happens? He missed it, but guess what now? Offensive rebound again. Offensive rebound again. That was getting cooked on the glass. Cooked on the glass. Absolutely cooked on the glass. And now Rob guarding Dalton, right? This is where you must break defensive principle, because Rob is now on an island. And by being on an island, you got to think, oh shit, where is at least some of my help, right? And so what he does is let him go sideline, go baseline, because that's what we're taught as a defender, right? But in this situation, like I said, you must break defensive principle, because look at the spacing of the floor. Empty corner, the first level of help that you'll get is underneath this rim. And if Rob decides to say, force him to that middle, you have number 2, who's not even spaced to shoot a 3. You got 25, not even spaced far, really really not well spaced to shoot a three. And so this first swing is a non-threat. It's going to be easy to make this closeout from this help, right? And you have 3 players on the perimeter over here who could be able to make rotations. So now you could take away that entire possession, right? And so even, I just realized the clock. How much time do you have? Sometimes I'd be forgetting some things. I'd be taking it into account prior to, but then I look down, it's like, oh shit, you forgot that, right? You forgot that. You got to understand, right? This is where you must break defensive principle, because with Dalton on the ISO with 6 seconds left, you got an empty corner, meaning you will not get help at this corner at all, and Dalton has more room to turn the corner. So now when he gets into this skip, Rob must not lead him to the baseline. You must force him middle, because now with 5 seconds, Shepard could be able to now pinch in and help. And with number 2 spaced out this far, he is not a threat, right? He must take about 4 or 5 steps to be able to get to that 3-point line and really knock down the shot. He ain't pulling from the logo, right? And so it's a swing away. And if there's 2 swings that occur, that's about 2 seconds. And with 2 seconds, you have 3 players on this side that can make rotations. They're not getting a good look off. They just won't. But what ends up happening is that Dalton gets here. And yes, I know he misses. But they crash the glass once again, and they get another possession. There was also 0.4 left on the clock, but that's principle. You know, sometimes it won't be like that, and the ball did not touch rim, but understand the principle, the concept. And now this play by Rob. Active player. Active, right? This is elite activity by Rob over here, right? And so he gives us up to Shepard, gives it back. And now understand how confusing this is to guard as a defense, right? Because he gets off this screen, his primary defender on the other side of the screen, and now Zero is now forced in to show, right? But understand, show, not switch, right? So he gives us up to number 3. Zero thinks my responsibilities are relieved because he gave up the ball. But in reality, it shouldn't. At reality, it should. But at the same time, it's hard for 25 to get back to Rob, because Rob is now, boom, wide open over here, and the 25 was also confused from that same action, that give up and get back, right? He thought he was supposed to stay. He thought he was good. He relaxed. And so now Rob got open, got that shot, boom, hit. And right here too. This is where it's like, okay, how much could I play with the ball when it's in college? How much can I play with the ball? And you can only do this if you're smart, though, right? You can only do this if you're smart. So, with 2:45 left in this first, right? Kentucky in the bonus. This is where if you're smart, you could have a little fun with the ball. Because when you do have this little bit of fun, you can leverage the fact of defenders being extremely active with their hands and also their bodies being out of position. So now when Rob gets here, boom, bumps occur, help happens, foul, he's getting to the free throw line. Now, as a defender, they're going to be more conservative because they're now in the bonus. They don't want you to shoot free throws. It's too easy of buckets to give up, especially when it's not even fouls as to which we're actually just eliminating something we just directly gave up. They're just drawing fouls. And so that's something as a defense you want to eliminate, but that's something you could also take advantage of as an offensive player. And now right here too, I got a couple layers when it comes down to this play. A couple layers, a few things. I think 3 variables you really got to peep. So understand when it comes down to this play, right? You got Dalton about to get this ball screen, right? Going to his left side. And now with this big 4 still showing high, this shows you, oh, I'm really getting doubled. He's not leaving until I give the ball up. And so with Dalton trying to really turn this corner, you don't really got gaps, right? You don't got gaps, right? So you shouldn't turn that corner at all. So what you should do now, right, is once you get off this left side, don't even try to turn the corner. Utilize this space, stretch that big out to that left side. And now Zero, what he has to do, he has to roll hard, because the read on this play is this top man right here, right? He's the read, because you see that tag? So now what shows you that, all right, he's leaving from 15 and 0. He's going to have to help in on that roll. So if you utilize that left side, use that space, 0 rolls hard, pulls 3 down into that paint, you got 15 open, and if it's not, you got 25 on the swing. But that pass is only going to be able to be made is if he utilizes that space on that left side. So, boom, what ends up happening, he tries to turn that corner, he ain't got nothing. I feel like on offense I resort to my shot a little too much and don't drive, but I'm always getting ripped. Seems like you got to improve your handle. Seems like you got to improve your handle, improve your angles. But also peep this too. Peep this. Look. This is why it's so important to do your work early. Look at the player who's coming up right here. Once he made this catch, he made absolutely no contact going up. So now he has to catch all the way up here with a defender who's pressing all the way up all the way on him, taking away his space and his vision. So now when Dalton gets this screen right here, what can he now do? I can tell you what he can't do, which is pass that ball because he's rushed because of pressure that was put onto him by the person that he didn't set up prior to. So now you miss this curl over the top, you try to attack and just get your bucket because you're pressure, and now what happens? A missed shot. Do your work early. And now right here too, this is something that's twitching. You just got to scout for little plays like this, right? I'm gonna assume, right? I'm going to assume. Being in college, being a coach, you got to do your homework. And if you know this play, you must think of ways, how could we be able to stop this play from occurring? How could we blow up this play, right? And you're like, oh, it's college. I don't know if they do that. But this is all you do. This is your job, right? So on a play like this, how can we be able to blow it up and prevent this shot? How can we do that? You got to understand. The most important part as a coach, you do your homework, you should recognize, damn, that shit got loud as hell. But boom. Recognize this. So, in order to stop this play entirely, what Rob has to do, what the coaches have to do in their work prior to, is tell Rob, jump this screen right here. Because if you jump this here and take away Buddy's ability, I forgot his name, my bad. What's his name? And take away, I forgot his name. Damn, my bad. But damn, you take away his ability to then get this handoff over here. This play has no gravity because this roll, he don't got to pinch and he don't got to get there. And the reason why Rob, in this case, why Rob must blow up this play, he's got to jump this screen, is because if you flare out, where the fuck would you be able to flare out to? You gonna flare out to this corner? You gonna flare out to the sideline where you're gonna go out of bounds? That's not a lot of space, not a lot of room. I'm closing out to that. So now you just took away that entire play. If he just jumps this one screen and understand this is busy work, right? This is shit that's really irrelevant. It's only gonna lead us into where we're trying to go. So you don't really have to chase over this screen. He's not looking to shoot. He's only looking to get into that handoff. And like you see right here, he got burnt right here on this three. Swing, boom, shot, hit. Just got to jump that screen. Jump that first one. Repeat that right there. Remember what I said. Bonus. You got to get yourself into that bonus, right? Anytime, right? Anytime you have the ability to take advantage of a defender who's extra aggressive, who's hyper aggressive, you got to do so. And so especially in college, you'll see a lot of this right here. Look at this. A lot of arms. So it just takes a smart, knowledgeable player to take advantage of the fact of that. And instead of Rob ripping over the top and getting to the attack right there, if he's seen these arms and decide to rip through under, catch it, get that mixed into his body, try to even get up, you're getting a foul, right? Maybe even get to the line, right? If it's in the motion, right? But that's something you got to take advantage of. So now you put more pressure on the defense. And now they alleviate their pressure because they're now more conservative because of foul call. And you got to give that up. I'm pretty sure you missed this shit too. Boom, miss. And now right here too. Oh my gosh, Kentucky. It's been 2 months. Oh man, it's been 2 months. It's crazy, man. I watched this. This is shit was like December, I think. Shit might have really been 3 months. Should check the date prior to, but fuck it, right? It's been 2 months and Kentucky still can't cook. Somebody must send this to John Calipari because look at the spacing of the floor. Look at your corners, right? They're about 7-8 feet high, right? So now what's going to happen when Rob tries to get into his attack, right? He tries to get into somewhere, help defender, help defender, help defender, help defender. Everybody's compressed within about a 10-foot width if you really make a rectangle on the whole floor. Right? You ain't got no space to cook. He gives it to three. He looks. What do I got? Nothing. Let me try to get to Shepard, right? He's denied. Now, what is he going to try to now do as a ball handler? Worse spacing still. Look at your corners. Dillingham still high. Shepard still high. You got 12 at the top of the key, so horny to get the rock from number 3. So now what's going to happen when he goes? Boom, he tries to get there. Has to pick it up because the help defender, because 12 was so horny to get the ball. Everybody just want to get the ball, I guess. Now he denied. Now he tries to get this. This here might be the best spacing thus far. But since all that pressure, all that panicking prior to, notice what's going to happen. You're going to try to cook something up, and now that karma is just reciprocated, energy reciprocated, and now it's a brick. So it's extremely vital to have good spacing. And it's also extremely vital to understand when you must tag, right? So notice Rob. Anytime on the back screen, you must have someone make this tag. If not, you're cooked every single time, right? So whether it's going to be Rob, it's going to be here. They're trying to take away this corner man. But in reality, boom, you left this open right underneath the rim. Rob's got to tag that. And I don't know what the coaches told him to do. May have been the coach's fault. They left a hole in the play. But you got to patch it up. But understand what's going to happen next time around. It's not this play, by the way. It's not this one. But this is something y'all can also learn from in handoffs, right? When you want to make a handoff and want to reject the handoff, the most important thing you really got to read is not just this play right here. It's him over here. Because as you get more to this opposite side, that player also shifts. And that's what really opens up that lane for you to be able to turn that corner, right? And so now with the relaxed defender that's on you, boom, you get to your spots, use your lays, great touch by Rob. And now, defensively here by Rob. Understand, that was fresh off a make too, right? Fresh off a make. And so, guarding him right here, right? Damn, I even forgot his name. I can't even, what's his number? 5? Guarding 5. Let me just at least say his number, right? Because he low-key nice. He 5'9", but he got game. He got game, right? He 5'9", but he got game. So, look, guarding number 5, you got to understand, he's 5'9", right? And so a lot of the shots that he takes are going to be filtered because his height, his ability to shoot over the top, right? 1. So 2, most importantly, with Rob, entire time the ball came down, he was backpedaling. He was just waiting, right? Just get to where he needs to so he could be able to get the stop, play half-court defense. But what now happens is that Rob picks up high. And now why pick up so high when you have a ball screen that high, right? Why pick up that high? If anything on this ball screen, right, this high ball screen with number 5, he's not going to shoot this shit from the logo, right? He ain't going to shoot this shit from the logo. Fuck it, I'm going to go under these. Right? And if you get closer to the line where you are a threat coming off that screen more so, then I'll go over. But at this point in time, nah. So now what happens with Rob is that, boom, he gets blown by, lay to that right side. This is one thing I hate about college. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. This hurt me. This hurt me. Look, I'm sorry, but look. This is the one thing I hate about college basketball. Rob Dillingham calls for a screen, right? But why the fuck would you call for a screen and turn your head and see who's right and not take advantage of this right here? You got number 3 with number 5, who is a 1 foot mismatch. 1 foot, probably about 60-pound mismatch. And you decide to not take advantage of it. So now what happens when you decide to run your systematic offense, right? Let's run our flow offense. Let's get the ball here and let's set pin downs. Take advantage of the matchup and get your fucking bucket, because at the end of the day, you want to win and score points, right? So what ends up happening for them to cook up at the end of this possession, right? He decides to go and make his move. Rob decides to make this back door. That gets broken up. Ball ends up over here in this left corner. Rob got the rock. How much time is left on the clock? About 4 seconds. Now you got to cook something when you got nothing. Deflection again. He tries to get low. 5 is lower. He 5'9". Shot goes up. Nothing. Nothing. They need to start taking advantage of mismatches. Fuck the system. Fuck the offense. Get a bucket. That's just too much of a mismatch for you not to take advantage of. Notice once again. This is the same exact set, right? Remember, this is the same exact set we just seen, right? Same set, right? So now, this next time going on the set, they got 12. I don't know what that is, protecting the rim. I don't know what you're protecting at this point. Honestly, I don't know what you're protecting. But now, back screen occurs with Dalton. What does Rob do? No tag. Rob's got a tag. I don't know why you didn't tell Rob to tag the first time after he made the mistake, but someone's got to tag. And they just ran the same shit over again. Right? Because if this player even tags, boom, straight to this corner. But now another 2. Just unacceptable. Unacceptable. May as well fuck around, put me on the coaching staff, man. I'll see this shit on the flop. Boom, change that. It's unacceptable, bro. It's not the last time they're gonna get burned off the same play. Really stay focused, right? Pay attention. And now right here, Rob, guard number 5-2. This is the thing about understanding personnel, understanding that customization of a matchup, right? So understand, Rob Dillingham, 6'3". Person he's guarding, he's 5'9", right? So being 6'3" to 5'9", 6-inch height advantage, and then of course along with a wingspan advantage. So when you go and guard the ball, do you want to pressure up this much? Do you want to pressure up this much? Because although he can shoot about maybe like 37, 38% from three, you just have to simply discourage him from taking this shot. Just discourage. Then after that, length, boom, play spots, because he is small, and a lot of players at this level who's small, they quick as well. They get low, right? And what do we say? Low man wins. So now, low man is going to win. Gets here, little change of pace. Rob Dillingham lacks the discipline, draws a foul. Now he's getting to that free throw line, right? So he's got to do something more similar to this when guarding a player of his height, 5'9", right? You may be tied up right now, but drop back a little bit. Drop back a little too much because of the ball. But you got to find that nice range in between, that in-between range. So you could be able to use a length, discourage the pass, and be able to get that step if he wants to go. Ultimately, he gets a solid look off. He misses it, though. But understand, rather take that shot over the top at 5'9" than let him get these blow-bys, me trying to play up too high. I'm talking about how do you get better and integrate 2-foot finishing. 2-foot finishing begins even with 2-foot jumping. 2-foot jumping, how do you get better at 2-foot jumping? Improving, just jump more. I'll say just to jump more off 2. So now you get more comfortable actually just jumping off 2 feet. You know, I got some drills in the membership section if you really want to peep that. I'm pretty sure I got 2. I'm about to have 2 drill, two jumping drill, 2-foot jump drills. God damn, that shit fucked me up. Of level 1 progression, level 2 progression. I'm gonna continue to add more as I go through and I innovate new stuff. I figure out new shit. So if you want to peep that, you could also join the membership. Any of y'all watch, if you want to join the membership, you can literally hit in the description, and then hit there's gonna be say join this channel for perks or membership rewards. I just added that shit. I was like, yo, it's gonna be better than just telling y'all to go to fucking Safari. So it's easier to see. You can literally see in the description. So I got some stuff on there. Then of course, 2-foot jumping, another important aspect of it is triple extension at all joints: ankle, knee, hip. Triple extension, and then being strong in those muscle areas as well. So, but here they got cooked again on this play. Understand? This shit is crazy, right? You got cooked not just once, not just twice, but this is now about to be the 3rd time. Same exact play, right? So now what happens? The person guarding the ball is now dropped underneath the rim to take away the person that's gonna cut. But what happens at the same time is this weak side gets lazy. They get focused on the action and not in their man. And as a matter of fact, they really kind of got burned twice because Rob was late on this chase and boom, 25 over here slid over for that 3. They still couldn't adjust to this play. Crazy, man. Crazy. You think shooting with a heavy ball will help? Fuck no. Don't shoot it. I don't know why the fuck you'd want to shoot a heavy ball. That might be some of the goofiest shit I heard in a little minute. Motherfucker, oh, I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I seen a motherfucker shooting with a heavy ball, bro, get that shit out my face. And if any trainer out there charging kids to shoot with a heavy ball, you is a disgrace, my nigga. Fuck no, don't do that shit. That dumbass shit. Why the fuck am I shooting an 8-pound ball for? And a bat? No, fuck no. Hell no, dog. Get that shit out my face, bro. Like I would, look, bro. If I got a trainer, I already paid him before the workout. He had me shooting with a heavy ball. I might have to sue him. I might have to sue him, bro. I ain't gonna don't do that dumb shit with me again, bro. Don't do that shit with me again. Give me a fucking basketball. Improve your knowledge, nigga. Go to college or something, cause at least you just not smart, bro. Not smart. I do jump off 2, and mainly a 2-foot jumper. One finishing just feels more natural, and pickups and finishes off 1 are just what I gravitate to. Or at least you got the 1. Now you need to get the 2. You know what I'm saying? Now you need to kind of backtrack and see, all right, what little things I got to improve? What's the little things I got to add in? Where do I start? Most importantly, where do I start? And so it could sometimes be as simple as not just doing 2-foot jumping, but 2-foot jumping with some layups. Like literally just doing 2-step approach jumps with layups, with the different lays, right? Instead of doing a whole drive and then doing a full forced, full momentum 2-foot spin touch lay. Like that's too much work, too much energy. Can't do that. Waste too much time. You know what I'm saying? You're not able to get enough reps. So literally maybe just do 2-step approach into some lays. I literally just made that shit up on the fly. Right now, my brain, I've never did it in my life. I really should have I could have really gate kept that. But I may fuck around and do that on my Wednesday workout and just show y'all how to freestyle 2-foot jumping and finishing around the rim just to get creative and get used to maneuvering, jumping in certain planes. So that's what PG did to fix his shot. I mean, medicine ball, gang. I'll look at the. I don't even know if really fix the jumper. A medicine ball, a heavy ball. I ain't gonna lie, gang. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that, bro. I'll just look at the process of the greatest shooters of all time. I'll look at the Steph, and mind you, it may work this much, but I know shit that's gonna work this much. I can guarantee you. You look at the process of the greatest shooters of all time: Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller. What did they do? How did they build their shot? They wasn't in that motherfucker shooting with heavy balls. None of the motherfuckers needed heavy balls. They built their game from the inside out. They mastered the shot inside the paint. They mastered the form shot, mastered the mid-range, then mastered the three. That's the formula that it takes to be of that caliber. But when it comes down to doing that, it takes patience. It takes work. And a lot of people don't want to don't have the patience to be able to endure that process. They're not comfortable being bored for a prolonged period of time so that they could be able to improve in one skill. They just can't. Y'all always need a new stimulus every single day. Oh, I need a new drill to do. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need new shit. No, it's the great people. The greats did the same shit over and over. They found excitement. They found joy within repetition. And that repetition for some would bring boredom, but for them, it brought excitement because what they're excited for is growth and improvement. Y'all gotta understand the key to being great at something is boredom, repetition. Repetition causes boredom. You gotta do it. Knockdown sounds like Curry. Could you really teach and train that? I definitely think you can. Mentally, I kid you not, I have no limit in terms of what I think I'm capable of and what y'all are capable of. I legit believe there's every single skill in basketball could be able to help. Every skill in basketball could be developed to a person at any level, right? It doesn't matter who you are, what your genetics are. I definitely believe it could be done, but it's the mental part that as to which y'all lack, as to which a lot of people lack, right? You said no, it does help as long as you go back to regular too. Is it the most effective? Tell me that. Is it the most effective? Because when I look at the process, I look at Ray Allen, I look at Steph, I look at Klay, I look at Kevin Durant. I look at all these players who did the same process and produced the same result, greatness. But what prevents people from greatness, even in all sectors of life, right? When I even analyze what people who even in different careers do so that they're the top of their craft. What did a Floyd Mayweather do? What could a Tom Brady do? What are these different people doing that allow them to be so much greater than others? It's their ability to now partake in a certain action and implement that growth mindset within all the action that's which they're doing. They wasn't sitting out here doing 10 different things and needing all these new drills and stimulus when they already know this one was going to be able to produce exactly that. And it's going to get you from A to B as quick as possible. So if you want to be efficient with time and efficient with exactly what you're doing, I'll uptake that process. But I feel as though shit like that, shooting with a heavy ball, that shit is not going to really get you as far, even get you to the point where you really want to be great, right? I don't think it ain't gonna do that. It's just a new drill to provide a new stimulus so y'all could think something new is working. But in reality, it probably does not work as well and as effective as just doing the same shit over and over and over and over. That's where, like I said, y'all get bored. What about ability to he's realized not caught up? Yeah, he said. Yeah, like I said, my mind has no limit. I think all y'all could be able to shoot at the level of a Stephen Curry. Y'all just don't. It's just the mental fortitude. It's the mental fortitude, you know. Not because I'm a brick right now, and when I just be shooting around and missing everything, I start kicking the ball around the gym. That seems like you got something to work on. You need to learn how to control your mind. I kid you not. I've been able to go into gyms nowadays, hit 20 straight, no problem. I kid you not. I did like 2 straight spots, working on step backs off of spot up catches. I don't remember missing a shot because someone decided to get my rebounds for me. I was like, yo, did I miss? He was like, nah. I only played basketball 2 weeks, mind you. I only played basketball 2 weeks, but I could guarantee you or 2 times a week. I played 2 times a week, and so it's not like I'm here every day getting a crazy amount of shots up. I have done that in the past, but now I'm at the point where I'm able to shoot more consistent, more efficient, by playing less than I've ever done in my life. But at the same time, what I've been doing within those that actual week in itself, aside from just playing twice, is developing my mind and the ability just to stay solid, right? The ability to almost remain stoic, to remain neutral, to where I'm not trying to getting too high, I'm not getting too low, I'm just even killed. And so that the ability to develop that mental is the most important part, because if you have the capacity of production of doing something just once or twice, how consistent can I be when it comes down to producing that action? How well am I at being able to filter out the bad and being able to reproduce the good? And that comes down to your mentally, how well you're able to control that mind and leave it in that place, be able to ignore certain things, leave certain things out, and continue to be in a flow, right? And so I've been able to develop my mind, and I've gotten better at basketball, more consistent with my shooting. Of course, it takes reps to understand what must be done, but there's a whole other side of the mental part that isn't emphasized. Can you really develop elite playmaking, or is it just natural talent? I think any skill can be developed. I legit don't matter. Tell me what it is, you can do it. I never thought I would be able to windmill in my life. On every, like, if you told me in high school I'm gonna be able to windmill, I probably would have wrote this shit off like y'all would say to yourself, be like, oh, I don't think I could ever windmill ever. I'm not genetically athletic. I'm not genetic like at all. Like the best dunk I was able to do was a rim grazer off one with 2 hands. You know, that was the best I was able to do, just kind of going about shit, just almost being a bot in my actions, doing what everybody else does. But the second I decided to say, is this really a limit? Can I really do this? And I said, yes, I can. I've seen one person do it, so I'm gonna break past this barrier. Sat down, notes, studied the craft in itself. Matter of 2 weeks, got 3 inches on my vert. Add time goes along, boom, 4 inches, 5, 6, 7 inches on my vert, and it's like, yo, this shit is a facade. This shit is a facade. The only thing stopping me from being able to grow and get from A to B is my brain and what people have told me. That's the only thing. So now I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know I could do this. I didn't know I could be able to shoot at this high level. Even when I started playing basketball, I had no natural skill, no natural talent, no shot, no handle, no nothing. Y'all really gonna see it when I start hooping IRL. But I'm trying to tell y'all now, I'm preparing y'all for what you're gonna see. Right, and I'm gonna show y'all where it even came from to show this is not no natural skill I've been doing since I was a kid. Fuck no, I ain't never been doing that. Right, and so I'm just like, any skill could be done. Handle, I never thought I could be able to dribble. Now I could dribble. Never thought I'd be able to jump. Now I could jump. I didn't know if I'd be able to shoot, but I said, fuck it, I'm gonna learn how to do it. Push past all these barriers. So now the next thing I'm going to do, and you can mark my words, is I'm gonna get women dunking. I'm gonna turn the women's game athletic. So all these people saying, "Oh, I don't know about athletic as men." Fuck it, I may get it that way, depending on the person. But I'm gonna be able to. You're gonna see girls coming through a lane, actually controlling their jumps, getting off some shit, getting the lays, improving their levels of movement. Because I just realized it's just a science. It's just a science. It's all a science. But not people don't want to put the work in to uncover the science. So you know what I'm saying? There ain't no limit, bro. Once I do that, once I change this whole women's game, once I work with I'm about to start working even in time, work with some women like circuit teams like Under Armour, maybe even EYBL. I'm gonna build my connections. I'm gonna start there, show y'all these results, and be like, she went from never barely touching the net, now she touching rim. She went from this point to that point. But the thing is building the mindset, building the ability to think that broad and have that belief in your capacity. Because there's a metaphor that goes around that says if an oak tree had the mind of a human, it would only grow to be about 5-10 feet. The only thing that stops us from being able to reach our potential is thought. Everything in nature reaches its potential. Everything. A tree, a flower, a tiger, a lion, right? A fish. They all reach their full potential. How? Because they can't think. Which makes us so great, but at the same time could make us so much worse. Because we overthink to the point where we limit ourselves in what we're capable of doing. All that little tangent just for me to say, there's a lot of shit as to which I know could be developed amongst anybody. And I want to be able to instill that belief in y'all, and y'all can be able to understand that. It's a whole process behind it in order for you to get to that level of greatness. I need to look and get back to this breakdown. This shit getting late over here. I'm hella blind if you think I get the glasses. It'll help my shower, so I thug it out. Nah, get glasses. Get glasses. If you really can't shoot, get glasses. Basketball be going. I started by meditating. Start by meditating. Literally just most basic steps. You can literally search up a YouTube video. All I did basically when I first started, got it from Kobe. I heard Kobe did it, so I did it, no questions. I heard Kobe in his routine every morning he would meditate 8 to 10 minutes. Ever since I heard that, I've been doing that every single day since for the past about 6 years. So now, like, essentially mentally, my ability to kind of control my mental, my thoughts, my emotions, all those little things skyrocket. Like, I'm just so much sharper. So when it comes down to that, I'll say just as simple as get into some quiet space, focus on your breathing. If any thoughts begin to pop up, anything going on in your day-to-day life, remember, get back to your breathing. Get present. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you could even try to, if you're outside or something like that, listen to the noise, just be present, kind of let your mind be clear. I'll say just start there. Where are you based out of? I'm in Orlando. What level do you play at right now? I don't play at no level. I play at my highest level, and that's just me getting better every single day. I could play, like, if I'm legit going off my actual skill. Let me not even say this. I'm just gonna show y'all next year, my last semester, fall semester of when I'm at UCF. I'm gonna go try out for the walk-on team. I'm gonna get all the way to the last stage, and I'm gonna say I don't play basketball. I'm just a coach. I just want to show y'all, show motherfuckers how good I am. And I may vlog it too. I may take y'all a little bit through the process. I don't know how much of it I could be able to record because it is a tryout. But I'm gonna go through the whole shit, start to finish, and I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm not playing now. They're gonna invite me to the practice and be like, oh, let's play with the team. Nah, I'm good. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. I'm gonna show y'all how good I am. Literally get to that and say, now, as a matter of fact, I coach, as a matter of fact. I'm a thought leader, right? And as a matter of fact, what I do is I watch the film for actually Taylor Hendricks. I watched a little bit of Taylor Hendricks' film. He watched some of my videos and shit like that. He went here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get to the last joint. Last one. Out of there. Gone. Nah, you could have gave that to somebody else. I just want to lay my imprint before I'm out of there. Really test myself. So, and what? That's what, 8 months time? Shit, that's damn. Potential is limited. But our potential really is unlimited. It's this brain that stops us. That's crazy. It's insane, bro. You gonna see it. Just watch. You gonna see it. This shit gonna be insane. This shit gonna be insane. Let's finish this breakdown though. I don't think any one person is birthed with a certain capacity. No one person is birthed with a certain capacity. Like, they're only able to do this much. Don't believe it. It's ourselves and our environments that limit us in terms of how great we could become. How do you know when to take step back when shooting inside? Like, in terms of like progressing in terms of I want to learn how to take shots from like 3 feet out. Now I want to go from 6 feet out. Then I want to go from 9. Like, you talking about that? In the meantime, though, let's get over this play, though. Let's peep this play. I would say, like, get yourself to a point where I would say, like, say you're starting underneath the rim. Once you're able to hit, swish 10 shots in a row comfortably, like, swish, like, pure net, nothing touch, like, comfortably, no, like, anger, no, like, fucking up, I say you, boom, take a step back. Or just do a time limit. Say, 2 weeks straight, I'm going to get this many shots up from right underneath the rim. And then after I do this 2 weeks straight by shooting 150 makes a spot, corner, wing, top, 50 makes a spot, 50 swishes a spot for 2 weeks, right? I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to start shooting from about 6 feet, right? I'm going to do the same thing, 2 weeks, 50, like 2 weeks straight. Then after that, boom. You know what I'm saying? Steph did it for 3 months, about a summer, in the paint, all alone. Like, he did everything in the paint 3 months straight. Then he went back to shoot regular shots. And now that literally trained his body to only know what to do to make a shot, right? Especially up here. The bottom, the rest of your body, that's a flow, right? You'll get that into a flow. But what you're doing up here, he only taught himself how to make from up here. So now he only knows, He's doing shit until he doesn't know how to do it wrong, you know, and that's why he's so sharp when it comes down to it at all times. So I'll say have a little time frame like that. I'll even keep it simple as 3 months in the paint straight. As simple as that. 3 months in the paint, and then you could do 3 different ranges in the paint within those 3 months. So you could do one range and then cut it back, and then boom, another range for that last month or so. But not going back to the free throw line. So let's get back to this breakdown. I need to finish this. This shit is late over here, about to be 7 p.m. EST. But let's finish this breakdown, right? Got about 2 minutes of clips left. 2 minutes of clips, right? So y'all got to really understand how Rob's game has shifted from high school to college, because he now has to score in situations like this where you got to play off the spot up. You got the defense in rotation, and I only got time to sit here dribble, and then get into some move that looks pretty. I just got to catch, rip, and get to my spot. Boom, he gets here, gets that lay. Aggressive attack. That's the biggest adjustment that you have to make going from between levels, especially as a guard. And now here too, playing off the ball. Understand this. Look, playing off the ball is key. Rob wants to get this catch here, right? But guess what? He didn't get it. So what is he going to do? Cut, relocate, but understand what he's going to do in the time that he's relocating, right? While he's cutting. He's making a read, right? And boom. That right there was equivalent to a snatchback on the ball. Led your defender, got them to broke their base, and boom, quick change of direction. Now I'm getting out into space. Boom, gets on the screen, flares out to this side. I don't know if you hit this, but understand that concept alone got him that great look. And here, peep this dribble pull-up, though. A lot of y'all get this confused with dribble pull-ups. I want you to understand his demeanor, right? Understand Rob's demeanor in this pull-up, right? So he's about to start getting left. He's looking at this big, just using his peripheral, making these reads. And as he's going to get into his last dribble, understand how his pace is not going to change. Boom, just straight up right there. Like, it's not like he came off that screen initially, right? I wish they held one angle, but got to work with what we got. But it's not like he came off this screen initially and was just hell-bent, eyes on one spot, boom, boom, pull up. Uses peripheral, realize he has space, then boom, quick 1-2, gets up into that shot. And now he's able to get that bucket. Y'all got to understand, it's not a lot of the moves that you do, you can't premeditate them. You can't work out and think they're premeditated. You must continue to rep that move as if more things are going on. So once a game happens, you're not selling your shit so early. If he got into that pull-up and just looked at one spot, boom, boom, shot, that pull-up's not going to be there, and he's not going to be able to get what's open because he's so hell-bent on getting that pull-up. So you must continue to be in a space of making reads and then getting up into shit and taking into account all these different factors. Right here too. Remember what I said with mismatches. This is one thing I really had to think about. I really had to think about this play. I really think. So understand, right? If you want to be able to take advantage of mismatches, you got to understand how he must space the floor and put a player in a certain spot. So screen occurs by number 2, right? He's got 5 on him. That's like a 14-inch height advantage. But what happens now though is that boom, they just make an off-ball switch, and now the gravity that they had that they're going to base their offense of is gone, right? So if you want to be able to get a mismatch, you got to understand where can we place the player who may switch off the ball and take away this mismatch. Because by putting him on the same side as the roll, he can be able to switch that. But if you put this player over here on this right side and then have this roll occur, that off-ball switch cannot happen. Because if you try to go all the way across the court, you getting burned, right? First. And second, you can switch this wing, still a mismatch, right? So that spacing is vital. And so what now happens is that Rob gets to the point to where the offense that they had, the gravity that they had from the switch originally is gone, right? So now what happens? Boom, Rob gets here, picks the ball up. Now, all right, damn, what can I cook up? Nothing. Boom, now they nearly turn that ball over. And what ends up happening, they call a foul, they get bailed out. But you need to take advantage of what you have and be able to set that up properly when running these plays. No, and my regular speed. But boom, people understand this. Same thing, right? Rob Dillingham. This is where you really got to get your buckets, right? Boom, transition, gives it up. But most importantly, once he gave this up, understand who picked him up as well. That was Dalton. Right? Because now Rob gets this catch. You got to get these easy buckets in college. This is how you are able to build your rhythm. So he gets this. Dalton picks up. He's not set. He's still sprinting back. He gives it up. Notice what Dalton does. On this closeout, once the ball gets back to him, he jumped up that line to where the ball was thrown to, because he's not set as a defender, is not able to really process what's going on and where he needs to go. So now Rob is able to get left. Defender screens down here in the middle. Boom, now he gets that left hand, gets that little lay. Now, once again, here in transition, understand, right? Reading the floor. What numbers do we got? You see number 2? I can't trust that pass. I don't like it. Let's keep it pushing, right? So now what ends up happening, gets here, drive gets cut off. Understand the velocity of this pass now, though, right? Remember that play earlier with that weak-ass pass? What now happens is that he gets here, boom, straight to the hands of Shepard, 15 on this wing. So now he has good rhythm to get up into that shot before his defender closes out, knocks it down. Velocity of passes could turn a shot from being open and shootable to a shot that's unshootable, and now you have no more looks. You just got to continue to play. Now here defensively, though, right? Defensively, I showed a good number of plays where Rob was out of position where he could improve on, but this is really an easy way, like something you could do right now, like this, that could allow you to have an imprint on defense. Is that when you understand where the ball is in their running actions, all you need to do here, right? You making the switch over the top, get your hands in the lanes, right? Just try to discourage a pass. Make the person pass the ball in a way as to which is not so comfortable and isn't just in a straight line. Because on top of that, you may be able to get a deflection, or you can make them hesitate, and now they get the ball a little late, disrupt the flow of the offense. And what ends up occurring, though, can't show this entire play because copyright purposes, right? What ends up occurring is now they ended up getting into a flow, playing off the spot up. He gets here and gets that bucket, where he really could have got that stop if you just had some active hands in those lanes. And now here too, understand this. This is super similar to another play from earlier, right? The key to getting over ball screens is positioning your body. Because if you're Rob in this case and you want to beat the defender onto his right side of that screen, you're going to have to angle your body to beat him going to his right. Right? And so with your body angled this way, all you're doing is trying to work up the line. And now you're bound to have to flip your base. So what's going to end up occurring is that you'll get to the screen, and now, boom, you'll have to flip after you clear that screen. And that time it takes to flip, you're not able to be able to get in front of that defender, right? So what Rob should really do in this situation is that once he's here, flip that base 1, get up into the body of the player 2, and then slide over this gap right here 3. And that is a slip as well. So he ain't even really do much. So you could still be in front at this point in time. And even after getting beat, right, this is just what's so tough, what he cannot do going forward, right? Give up on the play, just sit back and watch, because a 5'9" player got the offensive rebound, and now add another 2, they up by 9. They continue this run. But if Rob didn't give up on the play and decided to get the rebound, that's a different story. Which is why players like Russ, who are guards, getting 10 rebounds a game is really it's really crazy to see, because you don't see guards really want to get in there and battle, but yet people think he's stat padding. Dumb shit. That's just some dumb shit right there. Now understand Rob once again defensively. I know you got the bottom man who's got to help over and pinch in with the big. But how much do you really need to pinch in? Do you trust him? How much do you trust him? And Rob's defender, Rob was guarding number 15. What ends up happening? Hook shot, 15 now, crashes the glass. Instead of him seeing the opportunity where, oh shit, I got a man, right? I need to worry about my man and not worry about the ball so much, because my man is my responsibility. Pause. So now what ends up happening? They get that easy too. You think it was worth getting the silent ball so my dribble becomes second nature? I'll say that's an investment. That is an investment. That is an investment, right? I'll say that's an investment, and so is this hoodie right here. Once this merch drop, this is also another investment, because when you put something on your back, you know what I'm saying, that you put that you choose on your back, you know what I'm saying, you got to really live it, you know what I'm saying? So of course you got to get that silent ball, and of course when this merch drop, you got to get that. It lagged. It might be my bits. It might be my bits. Hold on. Let me see something. Oh, my connection is solid. My connection is solid. My connection is solid. Like I said though, once this drop, it's dropping very soon, man. Dropping very soon. You gotta, because once you wear it, you gotta live it. They just foamed. I think why not just get a regular one? Whatchamacallit? It's foam. I mean, the ball, it gets you, even though it may not be the same weight, it allows you just to at least have something. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't at all times, even in the crib, like as a kid, you may not always just have a basketball to dribble. If you could get outside, get to a park or some shit like that, I'll say to do that. That's a really good workout, in my opinion. If you want to improve your dribble, go to a park, listen to some music, just dribble. 2 miles, dribble, right? Do what you need to do, right? And so I would say you could do that, but if you're just in the crib, like I would say that's better than nothing, you know? Better than having nothing in your hand and dribbling nothing. I'd rather just get that silent ball and at least do something that gets me used to that motion and that rhythm, you know what I'm saying? That hand-eye coordination in a sense, and having my eyes up and knowing how to place the basketball in my hand. Like all these little things that follow suit with basketball, you know what I'm saying? I'll say that's important. So Hoodie 5 though, you know what I'm saying? It's about to drop probably next month. Well, if it's snowing or something, shit, garage, if you got a garage, shit, just try to do whatever you got. Deal with whatever you got, man. Whatever opportunities, whatever space you could get, find it. You know, that's another thing that's unideal. That for a lot of y'all situation is the weather. I'm in Florida, so I don't deal with no snow. If anything, it's gonna be some rain, but rain, fuck, it's bullshit. It's every hour of the day and that shit like that. And there's gyms all around the corner. So it's like I'll find a way to get somewhere, like a 24-hour fitness or some shit. I don't know, but yeah, Overall though, and like I said, by the way, I'm gonna do a giveaway. I'm doing a giveaway once this hoodie drops. You're gonna see me post the pics. You're gonna see me post some flicks. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I got a little sneak peek. I got y'all a little sneak peek. Hold on. I got y'all a quick little sneak peek. I really can model while y'all playing. Like if I really wanted to, like I could model. Like I could really model if you really told me to. I could really do it, but you know what I'm saying? You're gonna see some other stuff, but once I drop that, I'm gonna put a little thing. I'm gonna do a little giveaway. Probably give away like a cool, maybe like 3. Maybe cool 3. Y'all see though. I'll let y'all know exactly what's gonna go on, how it's gonna work. But we coming up on the last few plays right here, Rob. Understand the timing of the rest of this game too, right? Understand the timing. And so that's why, hey man, you know what I'm saying? I do my thing. But these last 2 minutes right here with Rob, the last 2 minutes. This is NBA promise, right? These last 2 minutes, these last few clips is NBA promise for Rob Dillingham. Because at this point in the game, down 13, you're playing with urgency. So now when he's gonna go and attack, there's minimal thought. He's just gonna go to work, right? Not think about, is this a bad shot or a good shot? I'm gonna get to my spots. Boom, hit step back, going left. He loved that step back. Right? And now boom, drag screen occurs. Ah shit, I just gotta get something. Find something. Boom, gets to his right there, lay it. Of course, you're playing also with an aggressive defense, but still, he's getting to his spots. That's the second bucket, right? Comes up this right side. What's going to end up happening? Screen comes off going left. You know, he not passing shit, right? He not passing shit. So boom, he sees 2, waits the big for the big to leave. Defender recovering, hit him with that cross, gets to that right, boom, shot over the top, hit. He's cooking, right? He ain't done. You tell Rob to get in the offense to where you just play a game, don't worry about the system. Just take advantage of matchups and just play this simple basketball like it is in the NBA most of the time. You're going to see him thrive. You're going to see him really be elite because now he's really Rob with the shifts. You know what I'm saying? He really shifty at this point because he ain't worried about, oh, the coach going to think this bad, the coach going to think that bad. He really cooking, right? So boom, shot, bucket. That's 35 piece for Rob Dillingham. He's NBA promise, maybe even be a top 5 pick depending on how the season go out. But that's the end of the stream though. You said that bro looked like a whole different person. Hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do my thing sometimes. I gotta do my thing. It may be because it's a different environment and y'all just really don't see me too much outside of this, what I'm doing right now. Unless I post a video in the gym or some shit like that. But I got some fire ass pics out about to get posted super soon, so be on the lookout for that. Once I post them, that's gonna show you the website is done, all the little stuff is done, and I'll make the hoodies as affordable as possible. Have you seen his channel Dorian Group 82? He does film breakdowns. Nah, I haven't. I don't really be peeping too much other stuff outside of like what I do, just because I gotta invest so much into myself right now. But I'll peep stuff as it may come along. How tall am I? About 6'1". About 6'1". Maybe if I'm wearing some Jordans, may pass off like a 6'1.5", 6'2" maybe, but really like 6'1". I say about 6'1". But yeah, we're gonna be live again on Wednesday. I'm not 1,000% sure who I'm going to watch, but I'm probably going to watch maybe some high school. High school sounds kind of appealing right now, or Bronny James. I don't know. I could tell y'all what the fuck is going on with Bronny. We gonna see. We gonna figure it out though. Doing windmills, yeah. I told you, anything is possible. It's just the limit that you put onto your mind, bro. I never thought in my life I would be windmilling. I didn't even think when I first started doing this jump program, I would be able to go and try and get an East Bay, right? I didn't think I would go and get an East Bay. I said I'm gonna get a windmill and I'm done. And I was getting up. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go for an East Bay. And I'm still trying to get that East Bay. And I'm this close. Once I get that shit, I might be done then. But I don't know. My mind be thinking different things at different times. Because once I reach one goal, it's like, is this really my limit? Could I become a pro dunker? I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how I be thinking. I'm gonna get like you, bro. I trust in you. You just gotta unlock. You gotta unlock the locks. That's implemented into your brain. And so it's not even just thinking a certain way. It's also living a new way. And so that's why I always tell y'all that DOR right here. It's a way of life. It's a way of life. It's how you gotta live. It's just a perspective. Just ask yourself a simple question every single day. I tell you gotta sacrifice your present self and invest into your future self and do everything you need to do to get into your walk, to get to where you want to go. You got to be a disciple of your goals. So, discipline or regret.